Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing with you a new process video. I created this layout in Cricut Design Space using Cricut Design software, and then I used my Explorer 3 to draw and cut the different elements to make up this layout. The elements that I'm referring to specifically is the title and embellishments, and of course the journaling. This layout is a pocket page layout measuring 6 by 8 inches. It will have 4 3 by 4 inch pockets in it, 3 of which will be photos, and then the last one is going to be reserved for all of the Cricut work. So right now what you see me doing is arranging my mats in Cricut Design Space for drawing and cutting. I hid 2 of the mats because I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to use my Cricut to cut the embellishments or use some sort of physical product that I had in my stash. When you are memory keeping with your Cricut, by default, it will always begin with the drawing and then move to cutting. So that's what I am starting with right now. I have a scrap piece of white cardstock on my mat. I'm just going to feed it through my machine, and right now it's going to draw a border that's going to be part of my 3 by 4 inch journal card. That's essentially what I'm making right now for that last pocket in this pocket page layout. Next, the Cricut is going to be drawing the embellishments that I have planned for this layout. So I swapped out the housing that belongs with the Cricut and put a Cricut friendly one in so I could use a black Sharpie for that part of this journal card. I'm also using it to draw the title, which is April. There will be a subtitle as well on a cute little tab that's going to have the year 2025 on it. This layout that I'm creating and now making is a recap of April, and this is my submission for About Last Month, which was created by Lael Konkar. Now that the title and the embellishments are out of the way, the Cricut has moved on to drawing again. This time it is the journaling. I'm using a variety of different pen colors to just bring some life into my layout. It does take some time to figure out what colors I want to use, especially after I've chosen the pattern papers that I want to use in my layout. I have a binder in my room that has become a vital tool to me in my crafting to help me color match and keep things as close to the same as possible. Maybe one of these days in a video I will share that with you. When all the more complicated parts of my layout design are completed with the Cricut, it moves on to the cutting. So the journaling, all the embellishments, the title, everything has been drawn. Once that is complete, it moves on to cut. So you just saw the Cricut cut that journal card out as well as the embellishments. And now it is going to be cutting a little mat that's going to go on top of the tab that I had mentioned earlier. It's going to be hard to see at the end of the video in the close-ups because the embellishments kind of cover it, but it is there. When I am done using my Cricut for doing all the hard stuff for me, I go back to Cricut Design Space, unhide everything that I had previously hidden. By the way, I hide things on my canvas. This is the canvas that we're looking at in Cricut Design Space. I hide those things that I do not plan on cutting and have no reason to cut, so that when I ask the Cricut to draw and cut, those things aren't included in the queue. So I like to do this right away as soon as all the cutting is done, so that if anything goes awry, it's all saved. With that out of the way, I move on to my photos. I print my photos on 4 by 6 inch glossy photo paper. It's Epson photo paper. And I print them at 3 by 4 inches and then use my mini Tim Holtz guillotine trimmer to crop them down to 3 by 4 inches. So I printed 3 photos. 2 of them are black and white, and then the other one was left in color, and they will fill the last 3 pockets in my pocket page layout. Side note, I use an Epson EcoTank printer to print all of my photos, and I do that at home. I chose to draw my title and color it in using alcohol markers as opposed to cardstock. Cutting cardstock for your title, pardon me, and then adhering it to your journal card is absolutely okay too. It boils down to personal preference, and for me, coloring is my preference. I have them, I may as well use them, and quite honestly, it makes my heart happy. I would rather color in my title and even little embellishments that I create with my Cricut than using cardstock. How do I choose what marker colors I'm going to use in my layout? It all depends on the pattern papers that I've chosen to use. If I'm using pattern papers, sometimes I don't, sometimes I just stick with cardstock. But in this case, I decided to use some pattern papers that have several colors in them. So what I'll do is I will take out my Spectrum Noir color chart and choose 1 or 2 colors from the pattern paper that I think I might want to use and pick the closest shade from the color chart. Of the 2 pattern papers that I chose for this layout, I knew that I wanted the multicolored one to be the star of the show. So I took the red polka dot pattern paper, trimmed it down to 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches, and that will be matted to my journal card that I made with Cricut, which by the way is just a teensy bit smaller than the pattern paper it's attached to. That whole piece is going to be attached to the journal card base, which is the multicolored striped pattern paper. It's 3 by 4 inches, so it'll fit into its own pocket in the pocket page. Now that I have the embellishments added for the most part and all the coloring done, I'm going to embellish just a little bit further. So I pulled out some puffy stickers from Vicky Bouton. I think I do hold it up for you at the end of this clip so you can see what collection it comes from. I thought using one of the red hearts from the puffy sticker sheet would be a nice touch to add just a little bit more red into the layout, especially since the polka dot paper is just an accent. And then I also pulled out a smaller gold heart as well to finish the little embellishment cluster underneath the title. I thought I'd show you just a quick little close-up peek at the completed journal card. I'm going to put that into its pocket, and coming up next is some close-ups. Feel free to stick around for those. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to give me a like and a thumbs up. And maybe consider sharing it with your friends as well. I'll be back again soon with another Cricut-inspired scrapbook layout. Bye, friends!